Happy Saturday morning. It's about 6 a.m., Saturday, October 24th. Insomnia again, so I've been up for a couple hours. We had little activity at the Alameda Coast Guard Base overnight, which is sort of a staging ground for ICE and CBP officers, Customs and Border Patrol officers. People have been protesting there since Thursday morning pretty consistently. Because it was reported that about 1,500 ICE agents were going to be arriving at the Alameda Coast Guard Base on Thursday. Last night, so Friday night going into Saturday, sometime late at night, police opened fire, federal law enforcement, I don't really know who it was, opened fire on a U-Haul box truck that had been on site all day long, but then had backed up towards the gate and had backed up towards officers who then opened fire on the vehicle. I'm going to show you a news clip here in a minute that shows this interaction. Reporting from local news station KPIX, the San Francisco CBS affiliate, the person who was driving this box truck had been there with the box truck all day, involved in other activities, protesting and whatnot. At some point backed up towards these officers who opened fire. Then the truck pulled forward. The driver took off. The driver came back, got back in the truck, moved the truck, parked it, then got out and walked away. So apparently is still at large, was not even apprehended despite the obvious, incredibly large law enforcement presence at this facility for these protests. So this story is going to be developing over the course of the day. But from the reporting that I'm seeing right now, this driver is still not in custody. So who the hell knows, man? But members of law enforcement, it's unclear if they were state, local, or federal, opened fire on this truck and fired off a lot of rounds. And you will see that here in this news clip right now.
We start right now with breaking news in Alameda, just outside the U.S. Coast Guard base, where Alameda police are cordoning off a crime scene after it seemed like shots were fired at a van. Here's video from those tense moments. Our reporter, Andrea Nano, is there right now. Andrea, I know we had a crew here earlier who captured that and saw that go down. Even seeing the video, it's still a little confusing. Can you walk us through what happened?
It is a little bit confusing, and even officers out here are gathering the details right now. But I want to bring in our chief photographer who captured that footage that you just saw, Rick Villareal. Thanks for joining us in this. So tell me, start from the beginning. How did this all happen?
Well, I was sitting in my news vehicle monitoring the crowd here, and this U-Haul that had been here all day just kind of backed in. Seemed like he was just getting a little more courageous, and people, bystanders were saying, don't do it, it's not worth it. And then he the Coast Guard, and then he just went for it, and just chaos after that.
So he kind of started pulling back, and that's when the gunshots happened.
No, he pulled this way, away from the guard for a brief moment. Then he just hit the gas and sped towards them. And that's when they opened fire, about 20, 30 rounds.
Where were you
I was right where this squad car is here, in the intersection behind this garbage can.
So close, very close.
Very close, very close. At some point, was a little concerning, but yeah.
So as this unfolded, what happened next?
Well, my understanding is, and it's not been confirmed, is that a bystander was hit, and there were just screeching cars. The crowd dispersed quickly. Then the driver of the U-Haul came back, parked it down this street here, and walked out and left. So I didn't see him leave, but he's clearly not there anymore, and his vehicle is. That U-Haul was here all day today. And if it's the guy that I think it is that was driving that, he's responsible for some other violent acts today.
We are hoping to get an update from the Oakland Police Department shortly. So a lot of this has not been confirmed. We want to let our viewers know that. But this person apparently was out here all day and has caused trouble. Do you have any idea maybe the condition of this person?
No. He sat in his vehicle here for maybe 5 or 10 seconds before he sped off. I could see from the cab of the truck that the bullet holes had come through in between the seats. I didn't see any blood, so I don't know if he was struck or not.
And you interviewed an eyewitness who talked about the bystander and said that the eyewitness had treated that person.
Yeah.
So you believe there will be a second person?
Yes, I do. I mean, he claimed he was an EMT. He treated someone, they put him in a vehicle, and they sped off.
My last question for you. How are you feeling right now after all of this?
I'm a little unnerved. 25 years working at KPIX, and this is the closest to that kind of gunfire erupting literally down the street from me in the line of fire where I was. So I'm a little unnerved, but you know.
And you can see in the video at one point where you sort of ducked
Yeah,
down.
but that's because I realized I was totally exposed out in the open and I didn't want to get shot. So
you're a chief photographer. You've been with the station for, I don't know, countless years. You've been to Iraq, and this is the first time you've really come in such close contact with gunfire.
yeah, I mean, Iraq was dangerous, and I've heard my share of gunfire, but never in direct path of it. So, yeah.
So we've had a lot of peaceful protests today regarding Mr. Trump's deployment of federal resources, and this was mostly the most active scene we've had all day. San Francisco was very, very peaceful. But as you just heard Rick Villareal explain, this is what has happened here. Oakland Police Department is set to give an update to the media in just a few minutes now. They've said that they are going to be doing it here shortly. So hopefully we'll get more information and we'll be able to relay some of the latest information to you shortly.